Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, I'm wearing clothes. I'm wearing a Rebecca t-shirt. Rebecca from the anime Cyberpunk 2077. I'm wearing the shirt because I'm sexually attracted to her. That's right. I like lollies. So if the world was filled with K-pop idols and lollies, I'd probably have a girlfriend because I'd actually approach those women instead of the women we have now, which is well, the average woman is fat. I don't know if you've gone outside recently and looked at the average woman, or actually just the average person, because got a bunch of fat men out there too. But yeah, the average woman's fat, so you can only date what you're attracted to, and unless you're a woman and you date someone's bank account. But anyway, moving on. I know I haven't done a podcast in a while, but that's what happens when you just play video games all day. I mean, I've been having a blast. Like how many times can you do the same thing over and over? Well, apparently with me, a lot. I'm still having fun. No, but just a lot of the stuff. Well, I could talk about me all the time, but like there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that it's just it's pointless to talk about. Like the Russia Ukraine thing's pointless. Completely pointless. The only thing that, at least if you're American, the only thing you should care about with this Russia Ukraine thing, well, obviously unless you have family over there, but if you have family over there, then they're stupid. As soon as Russia put up amassed a large amount of soldiers on the border, you should have been evacuating. So that's just the lack of intelligence. If you still have a family member over there, that's definitely a lack of intelligence. But the American government has sent billions over there, and billions worth of weapons over there. That's that's still going on. We are in debt. Our debt ceiling keeps raising. Um, it just makes no sense considering we are trillions of dollars in debt. I forgot what the debt was. Isn't it 31 trillion? I mean, I'm just making up numbers. So I'll look up America's debt real quick, just so I'm not just throwing out numbers like I always do. Granted, when I talk, I tell you guys to do your own research, even though I do research. Okay? But I'll double check because I forgot. I forgot. So. Let's see. Yeah. So I was wrong. It's roughly God, like what 1.4 trillion. Really? Okay. So yeah. So America's debt is let's just cut it off. $1 trillion. Okay, $1 trillion. So like, if America's debt is 1.4 trillion, it's said it's gonna raise to even higher. But anyway, right now we're at 1.4 trillion. Why are we sending billions over to Ukraine? Okay, and if we have billions of dollars, apparently, why aren't we helping out the American people with billions? And I'm saying billions of dollars. Let's just say $1 billion, even though it's been a lot more. if we have $1 billion to waste, why don't we just end homelessness? With $1 billion, you can build enough homes for every single person that's homeless in America. Did you know that? And still have money left over. With $1 billion, you can fix homelessness. I know, crazy, right? But you can totally fix homelessness with $1 billion. Let's find out how many billions we've sent to Ukraine. Just so I get the number right, and I'm not just making up numbers. Because once again, I say do your own research, but I know you guys aren't going to do your own research. There's other people that keep track of this. I mean, I saw it in the news. Granted, can you trust the news? I don't know. Okay, so like we've sent $3 billion to Ukraine. Wait. Oh, my bad. $25 billion. And we just decided to do another $3 billion more. Anyway, we've sent $25 billion to Ukraine. That's our tax dollars. Well, actually, that's your tax dollars. I'm not working. I haven't worked in a long time. $25 billion has been sent to Ukraine. Why? Well, I know why, because we want to do some money laundering. If America really wanted to help Ukraine with this war effort, we would just fight the war. I mean, it'd be cheaper, I think. Imagine America doing a air campaign on Russia and like turning Moscow into rubble. Okay? Imagine if America just like we did with like Desert Storm, just have a bunch of I don't know what kind of planes we have now, so whatever. Let's just go with some B-2 bombers. Let's go with Tom Cruise in an F-16. I didn't see the other movie, so what was he in like an F-18? Anyway, we put Tom Cruise in an F-18, all right? Okay? Put Tom Cruise in a jet. You have Tom Cruise drop some bombs on Moscow. Okay? They would stop the invasion yesterday. Okay? You need a super soldier, you get Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you get Jackie Chan. Okay? 2 soldiers, that's it. Two soldiers. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jackie Chan. You give them the latest weapons, and you send them in, and you go, let's go win this thing. You verse millions. They'd win. Listen, I've seen Van Damme and Jackie Chan in movies. I've seen what they can do. These are the 2 most elitist superstars / spies ever. Okay? Hell, like I saw Van Damme in one movie. Apparently, he could time travel. Okay? So you know, you put Van Damme on the front lines. He'll go in the past. He will time travel to the front lines, but 6 months before, and kill the soldiers. Okay? Jackie Chan will hop on the side of a helicopter somehow and use a slingshot and knock down the Kremlin. I mean, you know, I know you guys think that they're just movies, but no, these are heroes. $25 billion. And then like how many weapons we've sent them have now been listed on the black market? And apparently I'm taking other people's word for it because I can't find a black market. Trust me, I've been looking for the black market. Where is the black market? Is this a dark web thing? Is this the black market a dark web thing? Because like it sounds like anyone can just go on the dark web. You know, like the dark web sounds like bronies hang out there. and like K-pop fans. Like groups like ITZY and G Idol probably have a big dark web presence, and IVE. I bet you a lot of Liceo fans are on the dark web. Like doesn't the dark web is the equivalent of Facebook now. Like Facebook used to be cool, but now Facebook is the place that your grandparents hang out at. It's like grandparents use Facebook. Wine moms use Facebook. Facebook is a place dominated by people in their late 40s to 70s. Okay? Facebook used to be cool. Now it's for old people. The dark web used to be a place you'd go to, You want to buy some black tar heroin? You want to buy a Scud missile? You want to buy a freaking tank? You want to buy a 19-year-old a 19-year-old Chinese girl chained up in a cage? You want to buy some fentanyl? You go on the black web, the dark web, the black web. The black web's in Chicago. You go on that internet service, you get a bullet through the window. Your screen cracks and your RAM gets stolen. What happened? I don't know. I went on the black web. Stole my hard drive. It's the black web. Steals. The black web ends up in jail. So you have to switch to the dark web. So anyway, back to the dark web. The dark web sounds like Facebook now. It sounds like anyone can just go there because it's like I'm trying to find a Sidewinder missile to buy on the internet, and it's like you got 15-year-old girls on TikTok posting about the dark web. I'm like, okay, well then this is not a thing. Can't be that dangerous. Bronies and 15-year-old girls on the dark web buying fentanyl. Dangerous, right? Very dangerous. I don't know. So, it's a place I'm gonna avoid. See, the dark web is probably just another place that FBI agents hang out. I bet you 90% of the people on the dark web are FBI agents. Just like the quote unquote insurrection that wasn't an insurrection, it was a bunch of left wing plants and FBI agents causing the quote unquote riot. And for those who you don't know what the riot was people that worked on the Capitol Hill. When all the people stormed the building, they opened up the doors and invited them in. So the people walked in and they let them take selfies in all the offices in there. That's right, the riot. They opened up the doors, invited them in. I don't know how that's a riot. Okay. They charged people with trespassing, but they invited them in. Let that sink in. Yeah, that's not an insurrection. That's a Democratic / left wing / FBI operation to obviously make Donald Trump and just Republicans in general look bad. Because if you were charged with an insurrection, you're not allowed to run for president. So only an idiot thinks that this was an insurrection. It was the Democrats. It was left-wing assailants, the FBI, trying to get the sitting president charged with an insurrection so he can't run for election again. And I bet you, because most people don't know the law. Most people aren't well versed. Most people don't know how to read. Most people are fat. So they don't know. And then, of course, the media is biased, so they're not going to tell you. But, yeah, that's why they were pushing so hard to get Trump charged with the insurrection. Because if you try to overthrow the country, you're not allowed to run for anything or any political office. You know, that's why after the Civil War, like none of the Southerners, the Southern generals, blah 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 blah, got to having positions in government because they tried to overthrow the country. You can't have that. I get it. Makes sense. Yeah, I remember those days. But anyway. So yeah, there's just a bunch of bullshit going on, man. Then you get the Palestine, Ohio chemical spill. People there's and once again, it's another example of stuff the government says compared to stuff that people who were on ground zero say, like people who aren't working for the government. If you go on other internet platforms like iFunny, like places that don't have censorship, so I think it's just iFunny, and maybe a couple of German spots that have the right kind of porn. German porn is really good. The only thing wrong with German porn is that it's not Japanese porn. If German porn was Japanese porn, it'd be the best porn ever. Right? But German porn has, like the women are better looking than the American porn. I don't know why. I'm just gonna guess it's probably because Germans have superior genetics. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes people are just right, But anyway. So there are people like on the ground, like independent people who aren't working for the government, people who aren't working for the media, just regular people posting pics, said that the U.S. government blew up. This is according to iFunny. If you go to iFunny, it is a social media platform that has free speech, and people are allowed to say what's on their mind, and don't have to worry about terms of service, where like you can't cover a topic. Generally a topic that makes the left look bad, like Biden has Alzheimer's. Here's some proof, But according to people there was explosives on the train tracks, and that's why the train got derailed. There's a chemical spill. What happened was this train got derailed, and it dropped some vinyl chloride, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's one of the most carcinogenic chemicals on the planet. Basically, you're just asking for instant cancer with this. You can't breathe. It's just toxic. And they're saying the chemical spill was on purpose. And then of course they're somehow trying to blame Trump for this. Come on. Like one day the sitting president is going to have to take some accountability for stuff that's going on in America. But for the past going on 4 years, he's been blaming the previous administration for things that are going wrong now. I mean, okay, well then that means you're not doing anything. Anyway, this one particular post, this guy, I'm assuming it's a guy because women are too busy, getting free dinner on dates and getting laid by randoms, and then like complaining that they can't find a man by the time they're 45 or 6 cats. Like, how come I can't have any kids? Anyway. This guy was like the train tracks show evidence that they were sabotaged. Okay? He pointed out there's a few spots on the train tracks where it looked like someone had placed explosives there because the train tracks showed evidence, showed damage that was the result. Like the only way you could get the result of this damage was you had to put an explosive device there. Now, I don't know if this person has a doctorate in train track bombing, but I don't think you need that to, ascertain the information and the evidence. Because, I'm sure a train track that is under a derailed train looks different than a train track that was, blown up. So, because it's just common sense. Okay? And he had pictures of the aftermath because they dug a ditch next to the train track and drained all the chemicals and put all the chemicals in the ditch and burned it. And he showed the cloud of black smoke. It's like the whole sky was black. You know? It looked like 1,000 Nigerians jumped out of a helicopter. The sky was black. It was like this large black. Well, I mean, obviously it's a smoke. All the smoke gathered together. It was like this large patch of a black smoke. Kind of like you're a cartoon character and you're pissed off, so there's that little black cloud over your head. Looked like that. And the news never showed that, but he had a picture of it. It looked first of all scary. And when I mean scary, I mean like your girlfriend when she's on her period, and like you already have your red wings, and she's demanding you go down on her. That kind of scary. Okay? The real fear. The kind of fear where you look at that stuff, you're like, wow, that's gonna come back down. That's gonna become acid rain. That's gonna get into our drinking water. That's gonna affect our farmland. That's gonna kill our pets. That's gonna kill livestock. And guess what? That's happening now. Apparently, livestock has been dropping like flies. This one particular story. This guy. This is on the first day. This guy was like, "Yeah, I called my dog inside and it died in my arms." So the first day, animals are already dying. So the farmland's ruined. The wind was blowing. I thought the wind was blowing west, but well, whatever. It's not like it's not going to affect anything north, south, or east or whatever. The whole area is ruined, and this is a mostly farmland area. But people live there. But so it's not like it's the city where there's millions. But still, lots of people are affected by this because it goes up into the air, it goes into the environment, it seeps in the ground, it goes in the water. Okay, like if the animals are dying, if people's pets are dying just from breathing it. Okay, so that means there's going to be some humans dying if they haven't already. There's going to be some people dying from this. But it's not getting any news coverage. I know about the animals dying because people are posting about it on social media going, hey, like my dog just died. It was outside for 2 minutes. It just died. Lots of those posts are on the the internet, but it's not being covered. Now, could this person just be lying about their dog dying in their arms? I can say that one of them I saw the pictures. Farmers are reporting just livestock dying like crazy. Thousands of chickens have died. How are black people going to eat in Chicago? The diet of those people is mostly 98% stereotypical food. It's basically food you can only get with food stamps and bullets. You heard me. It's Black History Month. Watermelons are half price. It's Black History Month. Chicken wings, free. Stores are tired of people stealing them. So for Black History Month, chicken wings are free. Grape soda has replaced water in the fountains. It's Black History Month. Just saying, You got to get with the times if you want to stay relevant, okay? So what are people going to do about this chemical spill? And then they're saying, well, people who aren't paid by the government, like other, scientific folk, are saying like people within a 100-mile radius are screwed. People within a 100-mile radius of ground zero are screwed, and they're already letting people back in the town. Go, it's fine now. We burned it away. You can't create or destroy matter. It just changes form. Okay? So by burning the vinyl chloride into smoke, it's still poisonous. It's just smoke now. And that smoke goes into the air, comes back down as rain, seeps into the ground. Once again, it's here, folks. You know, and you thought it was bad enough that people were dropping dead, you know, from all the you know, the shots, you know. Every day there's a story of someone, you know, dying from you know, cardiac arrest. You know, because they're you know, living in a democratic state and, you know, like pushing the experimental drug on people. But anyway, so you got people dropping every day from that. Now with this chemical spill, now you know how chemical spills are. Oh, it's fine now for the humans, because like the animals always die off first. You know, humans, animals, they're slightly different, even though some of you are just like furries and think it's anyway. So what's gonna happen is, just like with everyone being sick now, it took about a year and a half for everyone to start dropping like flies. The same thing with this tragedy. We're gonna have people dropping like flies. Like, you know, 2 years from now, you're gonna have like cancer rates skyrocketing through the roof. You're gonna have people with like just illnesses out the blue, just skyrocketing. And like the government's not sending aid. FEMA is not being sent there. You know why? Because they don't want the people who work for FEMA to get sick. So it's a lost cause. U.S. government's horrible. Now there are times it can be great. I still haven't found an example of one. But I'm just going to say it anyway, just to come off as cool. You know? I don't know. World's crazy. Anyway, guys, I've said enough. I'll talk to you later. Peace.